What's up, guys and gals? Been a rough day. Yesterday was a rough day. Watched my Bronco yesterday, and ever since I changed the idle control sensor on this thing, ever since I changed it, if I wash it or if it rains outside, I guess a little water goes into the sensor and makes it run like garbage. I mean, it sounds good. Sounds like it's got a cam, but it ain't good because it's only firing on 4 cylinders like that. But as soon as that check engine light goes off, it goes, whoa, and it's back to normal. Most bizarre thing ever. Not really bizarre. My whole life is insanity. Every day of my life is insanity. There we go. And it's right. Purrs like a kitten. Yesterday was a decent day, and then it went to crap. I've been still moderating my food. I try not to eat by like 1 meal a day, and it's really working out. 1 meal a day is all that we really need, and I think I'm just going to do breakfast. That knocks out the feeling dizzy, and I can go all day long on 1 meal. I don't think I've lost any weight. I don't think I've gotten any skinner looking, but I've lost some weight. I don't know. I don't feel like I've lost any weight. But I should have, because I cut everything down. I mean, I was eating like 4 or 5 times a day and eating like a king, and I'm trying to slice that down to nothing. But yesterday, I come outside and start cleaning up, and the illegal immigrant behind my house comes over and starts talking to me and asks me, "Oh, your house for sale? I want to buy your house." Isn't that a lovely world, America? Where illegal aliens can afford to buy every home in the neighborhood, but you can't because you're an American? Imagine that. Why? Because the feds are funding them. The feds are funding them. So I said, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm cutting the trees. I'm cutting all the trees. I said, what nationality are you? Are you Mexican? He said, yes, I'm from California. I said, Mexico originally. Yes, Mexico. I said, why do all Mexicans clear property lines? Oh, I just want you to look good. I said, what do you mean to make it look good? Well, I cut it in the tree because I'm going to put tree nuts. I want to put tree nuts. I said, you want to what? I want to plant tree nuts. You want to plant trees that have nuts? Yes. I said, but you cut down 2 pecan trees. Those are nuts. Oh, I know, but I want to plant trees. I said, but you're cutting down big, beautiful trees to put little bitty trees. Oh, but I want it to look good. I said, but it would have looked fine if you would have left the trees and just cleaned it up. Oh, well, it is. I gonna do it. I was like, well, I said, you realize that when you cut the berm down in the backyard, you flooded my yard. Oh, but it's okay. I got a nice yard. What? I said, you flooded my yard and my neighbor's yard and that yard. Yeah, but I want a nice yard. The water comes from the pharmacy. I said, yeah, it comes from the pharmacy. And then it goes down the drain, and then it stopped in your back corner where the berm was, where the city put the berm. But now it comes and destroys my neighbor's building, my backyard, and the people next door. You did that. Oh, but I just want a nice yard. So you bought your house? You own a house? I want to buy. He said, it's $100,000 online. I said, well, it's too much. Oh, yeah, it's too much. But if it comes down, I'll probably buy it. So needless to say, and he's back there right now. He is sawing every tree. Yeah, I know this is only line. I don't know if it's your tree or my tree, but I cut it. I cut it. I said, but if it ain't yours, you shouldn't cut it. You should get a survey. Oh, but it's going to look good. I said, it doesn't look good. It may 10 years down the road. I said, but why would you cut down a big, beautiful tree that's healthy to put a bunch of little stick trees? And listen, if he was going to plant trees, why didn't he do it in his yard? Why didn't he plant trees in his yard if he loves planting trees? Because you know what he did? I don't know if you can see through there. When he cut all the trees down, then all the vagrants, all the people around the neighborhood just walked straight through instead of going around. Now they walk straight through. So then what did he do? Then, because he cut down all the bushes, cut down all the trees, cut down the things that separate the properties, guess what he did then? Then he goes to put this big prison fence up. A 10-foot tall fence around his property that keeps him safe. But it don't keep us safe on this side, the people that go around the fence. No respect for neighbors at all. Illegal aliens do not care about you. They don't care about your property. They don't care about anything but themselves and what they can steal from the American public. Oh, but they work so hard. And the American people are funding this mass migration. That man's wife sits at home all day long, cooks and cleans, while 95% of American housewives have to work. How do they afford to do that? Well, all the advantages, like tax-free advantages, I don't know, government grants, where the government just throws them money. So here you go build a life, illegal aliens, have a good time, America. And guess what, guys? The supposed Nostradamus of voting and election has already determined Kamala Harris is going to win the election. Now, I didn't need him to tell me that. I already know it. But just like Glenn Beck said, they are voting by the millions. Illegal aliens. And see, they didn't win the last election. I don't care what you say. They didn't win the last election. But they're going to win this one with all those illegal votes. Millions of them. Everyone that comes across the border, oh, I vote for Kamala. She likes Mexican people. She likes South America. She said, come, we're coming. Glenn Beck still exists. He still exists. He took a whooping after he attacked Trump, but he's finally back on. I mean, listen, Glenn Beck is a very smart man. I never heard the word George Soros. I never knew that name until Glenn Beck. And that was back in that was in 2002, 2003 when Glenn Beck was talking about George Soros. So he's on the game. And everything he predicted in 1999 is coming true today. Fruition is here. So I guess people don't like Glenn Beck, so they drop off. But America's done. It's so over. So here's the flip side with First Amendment auditors. Let's go back to these guys. They all talk about following the law. We want to follow the law. We're just going to follow the law. But they won't dare talk about the illegal aliens who are breaking the laws. Why am I the only one that wants to say anything about it? Well, that's because you're racist. Okay. I'll be your Huckleberry. I'm going to tell you the truth. Had a blow up here yesterday. Mason showed his ass. Guess we better move to Mexico then. No, here's the deal, MC Sleeves. You can't go to Mexico. They'll put you in prison if you don't have a visa. Did you know that? Did you know that Mexico has a wall on their southern border? Yeah, they could be stopping it all, but they're not. What's up, Mossy Man? Mexico could stop this, but they're being funded by the cartel. Mason supposedly went to Tina's car is broke down, so I got to drive my Bronco, which I love my Bronco, but I don't like having to drive my Bronco. I'd rather get in my Ranger, turn the AC on, and sit back and chill instead of being old and fat shifting gears. I'm probably going to think about selling this thing, and I don't want to think about that. I've had it 25 some years, but Mason goes to school yesterday morning, and supposedly within an hour's time, he's just sick as a dog, just sick. So Tina goes, picks him up, brings him back home, drops him off, and he just laid to bed. He didn't cough. He didn't get out of bed. He didn't do nothing. Why? Because he stays up all night, plays his own cell phone. So yesterday I said, listen, dude, I got things to do. I have to leave. I had to go finish my daughter's dishwasher, and my grandbaby, that is my little grandbaby, he got diagnosed with COVID. He took a COVID test. My daughter gave him a COVID. I said, quit giving him the freaking COVID test. COVID is nothing more than the flu, but the test will give you the mRNA vaccine. The COVID disease is on the swab. When they open that swab up for the test, the mRNA is on it. That's why they shove it up in your brain. Boom! My daughter will not listen. She's convinced that doctors are right. And I'm like, honey, you are going to be responsible for your son's issues. And she already is, because if she would just listen, if she would learn how to eat properly. Her and her boyfriend, and I love my daughter, they're good kids. This is my oldest daughter. Both my daughters are highly intelligent. They're both hard workers, but my daughter veered off and went to the left early. After she was kidnapped from me, she went left. And she works with a bunch of leftards, and they're like, oh, the government loves you, and the government wants to take care of you, and you have to take the shot, you have to take the vaccine, blah, 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 blah. So her and her boyfriend, because she won't cook, he won't cook, they literally spend $1,000 a month eating Domino's pizza. That tells you how poisonous their diet is. And like, if you would just eat healthy, your health would be so much better off. And I'm trying to tell her, don't let them give that boy shots. Don't let them get him on the vaccine regimen. But I know she's going to do it. I just wish she would listen. Ever since we started to mandate this big 60 cycles of vaccines in the early 80s, everything's went through the roof when it comes to mental illness, when it's come to develop health, mental illness, autism, all these disorders come from the freaking vaccines. No, what do I know? I didn't get all that crap. I mean, you can look, people my age, we didn't have those issues. I was hardly never sick as a kid. I got food. My mama poisoned me one time with food poisoning. She gave me some a chicken salad sandwich, and sit out in a hot car for like 4 hours. But that was the majority of what was wrong with me. I just didn't get sick. Why? Because we were healthy then. We didn't eat garbage. Me and my family, we ate fast food once a week. Thursday night, it was family night. We all went to Wendy's, and we get 5 junior bacon cheeseburgers for $5. That was our family night. Wendy's. 5 junior bacon cheeseburgers, 99 cents or 79 cents a piece back then. We were poor, but that was a big deal to us. Look, we get to go to Wendy's night. I get a junior bacon. Woo! I mean, I wouldn't eat it now. I don't eat the garbage now. Yeah. So I had to leave yesterday. And I told Mason, you got to get up, dude. And he's like, what? I was like, I need to go. You need to get up so we can leave. Pitches a freaking fit. I ain't going nowhere, blah, blah, blah. So I got a pot of water and just doused him. And he wouldn't get up. He just absolutely refused. I got his mom on the phone. I said, tell him to get up so we can leave. Oh, well, I'll be home in a little bit. I said, no. You need to tell him to get his goddamn ass up and get in my freaking truck. Well, I'll be home in a minute. I'll be home in 15 minutes. I sat here for another hour and 15 minutes before she got home. So I didn't even get to go see my grandson at the hospital. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on in my world. There's a lot going on in the background, everything. There's a lot of things are different. A lot of things has changed. A lot of things. A lot of things have changed. Thank you, Mossy Man. Cheaper and healthier to cook at home. It is not cheaper to cook at home. It is not. It's healthier to cook at home, but it's not cheaper. That's why all the stuff that's good for you costs more money, because it's good for you. If you learn how to cook, if you'll go to a butcher shop instead of going to the Walmart and buying that garbage there, I go to a butcher shop and get my meat. And now, for California, well, you've got a lot of, yeah, but the fruits and vegetables in California are all vaccinated too. That's the thing. You have to be very careful. But everything, I mean, Moss, man, you could say things are affordable in California, but everything in California is 3 times the price it is on the East Coast, because California is outrageous. One of my friends told me last week, she went and visited California, and she said that everyone that she met, all her family that lives in California, she said every one of them are sick. She said most Californians she met when she came there were all sick. So they all just seemed to be deathly ill. So, I mean, that could be the libtard insanity. I don't know. But, yeah, Mason just absolutely showed his ass. And she would not back me at all. Wouldn't. All she had to do is say, Mason, get in the truck. That's it. And she just wouldn't say it. Just would not say it. Because Mason's up here with Mommy, and I'm way down here at the side. I'm down at the bottom. Trying to get her car fixed. I ain't doing radiator. I ain't doing radiator in a car because I know I tear that thing apart, it's gonna be on me, and I ain't messing with that radiator. I don't mess with newer cars. I just ain't gonna do it. There's too many things that can go wrong with these newer cars. And next thing you know, you're up to your freaking elbows in garbage. So my buddy said, I mean, it's $208 for the radiator and like $100 labor. So that's worth $100 right there to pay somebody to do it, because you got to buy the radiator anyway. So I'd rather just make the money, pay somebody. Now I got to go over to my buddy's shop and see if he's off work, or if he can get his guy to do it. He's supposed to do it yesterday, but he never called me back. He runs a transmission shop, so he would rather make money on transmissions. He can make $3,000 in one day, as opposed to wasting an hour to make $100. So I understand that dilemma, but it is what it is. I'll see if you guys can still hear me while I drive, because I'm getting carbon monoxide poisoning. I just don't. I got stuff on Marketplace, so this Mexican dude texted me this morning selling those poles in the driveway. I got some the free telephone poles in the driveway. Too big and heavy. I can't move them by myself, and they're going to cost too much. I need to take them, so I'm just going to sell them. So they re-signed the lease, so that's our only saving grace, is a re-signed lease. But this dude sends me the little emoji for $, and I'm like, $2 a foot. I said, I'm in Longview, come make an offer. He sends the $, again. I was like, dude, $2 a foot. He sends the $, again. So then finally I said, if you don't know how to speak English, you need to learn. Done. See how well a you would be. American citizens, see how well you'd be. Go to Mexico. See, look, whole house full of them. Cartel owns that house there too. You go to Mexico and you tell somebody in Mexico, speak English. See how well that's in that bar, Mom's. That's owned by Mexican company. Mexicans own it. It infuriates me, the corruption in America, watching it be destroyed. Listen, you think for 1 second that Donald Trump's going to win the election? You're wrong. He ain't going to win. He's not going to win. All the ghettos in America can vote for Donald Trump, and that's not a big enough. That's not enough to put it over the top for him to win. America's done. I was doing so good. Listen, guys, what you need to understand is when you go sit free, because I've been so good, for one day, I went a day without being hateful online, without leaving bad comments. I went a day, and that's a big deal, because I usually leave like 30 sarcastic, rude comments every day, because that's the only voice I got to get on garbage. Every time that I do that, it sets me off. I feel so far from God. It's just like when I was celibate for like 2 years, and then I went and had sex. It's the same as a fighter. Fighters don't have sex until after they fought a match. Like when they're in training, they don't have sex. They go without it to store up the testosterone, to store up their energy. Well, the same thing is when it comes to sex and sin. When it comes to God, when you're close to God, you get close, and you sin, it pushes you farther away. It puts that uncleanness all over you, where you can't receive the communication and the blessings that God wants for you. So debilitating, because I hate getting mad. I hate getting angry. But I never had trouble out of my kids. My oldest daughter, when her mama left us, her mama snuck her a cell phone when she was 14 years old. And what does that do? She had a 19-year-old Puerto Rican trying to screw her when she's 14. And I caught her with the phone. That's the only time I remember really having to whoop my daughter's ass. My youngest one, I don't think I ever whooped her one time. And both those children are hardworking. They both listen. They're both very intelligent. But Mason is a totally different critter. I mean, his DNA is screwed. I've told you the issues with his biological father. A lot of problems. A lot. It's just so hard to try to be a good man and deal with the garbage that I have to deal with. Anyway, well, nobody else want to listen to me anyway. What time frame do you have before they sell the place? If they sell it tomorrow, then they have to give us at least, we have a lease. So they would have to, I could stand up and fight and go to court and fight for our case. But worst case scenario would be 30 days to get out. That's the worst case scenario. It takes 30 days to close on a house. So for the time, and they're not going to tell us, it may be under contract now, but they don't have to tell us anything. So worst case scenario, we'd have 30 to 60 days. That ain't long at all. It's just like with Tina. I tell her you need to save your money. The crap's gonna hit the fan and you need to save money. And she'll tell me, oh, I saved $2,000, I got $2,000 put back. I said, really? Great. So then I asked her the other day about her car. I said, well, how much money you got put back for your car? Oh, I got $400. I said, what? Where did $2,000 go? Oh, well, that was bill money. I said, so you didn't have any money saved. That was just bill money. What is so hard about saving money? I don't get it. My daughter stacks cash. She works at Walmart. Got her freaking cars paid for. Got a nice house. She goes on vacation 2 or 3 times a year. Going to college on Walmart pay. She's doing all this. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't guess I ever will. Have a good day, man. God bless.